You don't need to be the best chef in the world to make the best curry. You just need the best curry powder. And the best mince and the best garlic, ginger, onion, green pepper, salt, vinegar, coriander, beef stock, potato, cooked rice. And you need to subscribe to the coolest DIY channel in the world called Wood, Nail and Hammer. You need to turn on notifications, you need to follow on Facebook, you need to share, like, comment, suggest. And you need not the best chef in the world to show you how. So to start out, I'm using general cooking oil. I'm browning onion and green peppers. I've chopped 2 onions, but I'm only using half of the onions from the start. And I prefer to use red, yellow and green peppers just to add some colors to the dish. And I'm just going to allow the green pepper and onion to brown for a minute or so. And then add the mince. And I'm adding some beef mince. I'll allow that for 2-3 minutes to also brown. This is roughly about 500-600 grams of beef mince. And while it's browning, just going to occasionally stir it with a wooden spoon. So with the meat nicely browned, it's now time for the rest of the ingredients. I'm also using garlic, some finely chopped garlic. I'm adding dried ginger. I'm only using half a spoon, you can add ginger according to taste. As well as half a spoon of coriander. That was half a teaspoon of ginger and coriander. I'm also going to add some salt, 1.5 spoons. And a spoon of vinegar, 1 or 2 tablespoons of vinegar. And most importantly, the curry powder. I'm going to use 2 tablespoons. No, that's actually 2 teaspoons of curry powder. And stir that up nicely. I'm also using pre-cooked potatoes. I've cut the potatoes into smaller blocks and pre-cooked them in salt water for approximately 20 minutes. I'm just going to allow them to simmer with the beef mince. Shouldn't be taking too long there. Then I'm also going to add 150 ml of beef stock water. might want to add some more water later on if necessary. In the meantime, I'm just going to bring the pot to boiling point again and then lower the temperature and allow the pot to simmer for approximately 10 minutes. And finally, when we turn off the heat, this is one of my favorite parts of the recipe, is to add the rest of the raw onions. Just before you serve the dish. I totally love raw onions. You turn down the heat completely and allow the pot to take a breath for a moment. As for the rice, I'm using 1.5 cups of rice. I'm just going to boil that for 2-3 minutes. Then rinse it, replace the water, and then add some spices. So I've cooked the rice for 3 or 4 minutes now on a high heat, and I've rinsed the water, replacing the water again. I've added approximately 500 ml of boiling water. I'm also going to add a teaspoon of butter, and then spice for rice. I'm going to use 3.5 teaspoons. You can also add the spice for rice according to your own taste. I'm going to bring the pot to boiling point and then reduce the heat again. For approximately 15 to 20 minutes until all the water is gone. The rice should be ready when it's soft and dried up at the bottom. If it's still a bit too crispy, you can just add a tiny bit of water and let it simmer for another 5 minutes. But otherwise, it should be ready. It's now time for my final ingredient, green chilies. No curry can go without green chilies. I prefer my chilies freshly and finely cut and added directly to the dish. This is going to be flaming hot. So, bottom line is, the best curry in the world is made by yourself in your own kitchen, and it will never taste better. Check this out. When you get invited to a friend's place for dinner and you get served in a cup with your channel's name and photo on, you've got to know two things. You've got the most loving, caring and supportive friends in the world, and you've got the coolest DIY channel ever. That is exactly why you need to subscribe and turn on notifications, follow on Facebook and share with your friends. Join Wood, Nail and Hammer on the coolest DIY projects, especially the Wood, Nail and Hammer handcraft oak wood fiddle, made by not the best chef in the world. Find that video link on the end screen and enjoy together with your own homemade curry and rice.